I want to welcome everybody and talk to you about a very, very cool network that you may have seen me discussing online on Facebook and other places called the ULink network. And I'm joined today by the founders, Adam Frick and Jim Pelly. And I will give a super brief intro and try to steal as much of their thunder as possible and then let them introduce themselves. So Jim is a multi-time entrepreneur and has started a few businesses here locally in Sacramento. And Adam is also a multi-time entrepreneur, and so he started some businesses in Folsom and Sacramento area as well. And so they got together and decided what they really need is to up-level the networking game that's out there. And they created a group called the ULink network. And it's been going, I'm going to mess this up, but 3 or 4 years now. And I was very happy to be involved with ULink from the beginning, and am currently a member. And we've got a really cool idea that we want to throw at the community and see if it's something that will work among IT pros. So with that, let me turn it over to Jim and Adam and let you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you're up to.
So my name is Adam Frick. I am the CTO. I'm the software developer for the app for ULink Network, and I'll turn it over to my buddy Jim.
Wow, that was the shortest introduction I've ever heard, Adam. Yeah, my name is Jim Pelly. I am not the software developer. I am the business end of ULink, as Carl mentioned. I like that kind of multipreneur. I've been a professional speaker for 28 years, talk about humor and creativity in the workplace. I am a founding organizer for Folsom Lake Bank, a small community bank here in Folsom. And then Adam and I started ULink Network about 4 years ago. We had the idea about 5 years before that, but we just kept thinking it would be a good idea for 5 years, and then we pulled the trigger. So ULink Network is small business networking. We help small business owners and professionals, real estate agents, CPAs, massage therapists, connect to their customer. And we do that through a leveraged marketplace of bringing people together to create awareness about other businesses. So in effect, we act as a referral network for the businesses that are in our group. How's that? Show version, Carl?
That's excellent. I will note that if you were to ask anybody in Folsom, who would be Mr. Folsom? Who would be the one person that's going to either be in charge of an event, running the parade, MC for something? 50% of them are going to say Adam Frick, and the other 50% are going to say Jim Pelly. So these guys really are true community members, community builders. And in fact, what Adam didn't mention is that his company, Folsom Living, is a true community website where people exchange information about each other and find out what's going on, and obviously sell things to each other. So from my perspective, because I'm all about helping the IT community figure out how to be more productive and more profitable, I thought that I would talk about ULink and how it can spread to a broader community. Because right now, like most networking groups, ULink is very local. It's very Sacramento, Folsom based, and there's a broader community, but it's really hard to think about, like, okay, how do I connect and have people in other cities, in other states, figure out how to make money with this? And I think that we came up with a way that works really well. First, I throw this out to either one of you. Tell us a little bit about what makes ULink different than BNI or LaTip or 100 other networking groups that are out there.
So our approach to networking, we kind of looked at all those models and figured out what we didn't really like about them, and pulled together all the things that we did like about networking. So events, meeting face-to-face. We like some educational component. So all of our meetings have an educational component so that the small business owners who are busy, and sometimes it's difficult to learn new things and new trends and keep up on the latest things. Local business owners or business owners in your group, you know, it's a great way for you to exchange information. Hey, this is what's new. Do you know what's going on with Yahoo? Have you heard the new Google algorithm? You know, things like that that affect your business that you may not be aware of, but somebody else in your group might be aware of and provide that information. Plus, we added another component for the referral management process, and that is the software.
One of the, Carl, one of the key ways that we're different from what we'll call old school networking, a BNI or a LATIP, they're a closed system. They only refer within the group, and they are category exclusive. So you can have one managed service, one CPA, one real estate agent, one massage therapist. In ULink, we use more of an open source that you can send and receive referrals from any group within the network. So we don't keep it exclusive to the group, and we don't keep the business categories exclusive. If there's someone in the Fair Oaks group that wants to refer to someone in the Fresno group, well, you can do that because of the software platform that we use and the ability to send and receive referrals. And that's really a quantum leap. Our belief is there's more than enough business for everybody. We want you to send it to the person you feel most confident about, not necessarily the person that's in your group that you're obligated to send it to.
All righty. So the next thing that I find is that there are people, you have, I can't remember what it's called now, the e-group, the virtual group, right, where people don't necessarily go to a meeting every week, but they are still part of it, and they can still connect to everybody in ULink. And, you know, part of that is that these are people who see the power of being the connector, being the person who brings other people together. And that's a power that a lot of business owners never really take advantage of.
You know, what we really want is for our business owners within the network to have the power to say, hey, you know, whatever you're looking for, come to me first. Start with me because I've got a network of businesses that can service your every needs. You know, because if you're the go-to person every time somebody needs something, they become to rely on you. That's really what you want. Is you want a customer base that loves you.
Right. So with this app, you've done away with little golf pencils and forms.
Correct.
So tell us about the like, you just hate golf pencils, or what's the deal?
Do you want me to take you through a little demo?
Sure.
Okay. Can you can see my screen, correct?
Well, first let's do 30 seconds on what old school networking groups do in case folks are not a member of one.
Okay, no problem. So in old school networking, you'd meet around a meal, and there would be a lot of different reports, but nothing that talked about business. And then there's the last section of the meeting was they would hand around a basket, and you would write down a referral for someone that you might have, and put that little slip of paper in the bucket and pass it around. Now, some of these groups have fines for not providing a lead. So what ends up happening is you get leads that aren't really qualified or aren't true referrals.
I'll jump in here. In old school networking, Carl, you meet every Wednesday at the Waffle Hut from 9 in the morning to 10:30. And as Adam was saying, you're required to bring a lead. You've got to bring something to the group, which leads a lot to getting grandma thrown under the bus. And so we say old school networking groups are requirement-based. You're required to attend every meeting, every week for 90 minutes. You're required to bring a lead, whether it's authentic or not. And ULink, we believe in a relationship-based networking group, that you develop relationships with trusted business partners so that you feel comfortable when the need arises to send a qualified referral, that somebody on the other end is actually asking for a specific business, and then you're the connector.
All righty. So we get rid of that, and now we have the app. So let's take a quick look at how that works.
Okay. So if you're looking on your screen, obviously those that have called in aren't going to be able to see this unless you do have it up on your screen. But we have, right now what we have is the app up, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to send a referral. I'm going to go look up my buddy Jim.
Oh, yeah, send a referral to me.
Really quick and easy. Our little spyglass there allows us to search the database for first name, last name, business name, and a business description. So I can find products and services in the network several different ways just by using the search box. So I'm going to go down here.
Oh, look, I'm number one. I'm number one.
Yes, you are.
Click on me.
There we go.
Oh.
And you'll notice right here, this is all of Jim's information. I can call, email, text him, and I can even send him a referral. If I want to learn more about what he does, I can click on the About Us and get the information about what he does. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this Refer button here. This is going to take me to a page, and right before I send the referral, he's filled out what a good referral for me is. So I could compare this to what I'm just about to send him to make sure that the referral that I send is an actual referral that he can take care of. Down below that, you'll see that there's also a referral fee. So if he offers a referral fee, or if businesses offer a referral fee, they can actually add that, and it'll show up in this section right before I send the referral, so I can see all this information before the referral is exchanged. Then I have to decide, am I referring myself to that business to do business with them, or am I at Starbucks talking to a friend of mine that's looking for managed services? You know, they have an office and they're looking for someone who can manage their office computers. So in that case, I would hit Refer a Friend. Now, when I get to the referral section here, it reminds me who I'm sending the referral to, and then all I have to do is
Rich customer. I have to steal that.
Yeah, I want to meet him at richcustomer.com. I think you're making this up.
I'm not. This is a true one. So the time frame we're gonna look at. Let's say this person really needs this product or service within the next 5 days. So we want to make sure that we put the 5 days in there, and then
budget no issue. If you need a keynote speaker in 5 days.
Would we all like to have Rich
Carl wants this referral.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, so I'm going to hit Send Referral. Now the beauty happens here. I get an email, he gets an email, and Jim gets an email. Everyone gets an email that the referral has transpired. And not only that, but in Jim's page, this red number here indicates how many currently active leads I have. His number will have incremented 1 to let him know that he has a referral. And all he has to do is click on that red number, or he gets the email, or he could actually get a text message letting him know that I sent him a referral. And to interact with that, he just has to click on the lead.
Hey, I just got a referral.
Hey, yes, you did. The beauty about this also is I can see the referrals that I've given. So this is the one that I just sent Jim. And you'll notice it's got the customer's name, their contact information, but that's all I can do. I can't interact with this lead, but I can actually see, I can monitor what's taking place with this lead, because let's be honest, every referral that you send, a piece of your credibility goes with that. So this allows you to monitor and see whether or not they're taking care of this customer. And if they haven't interacted, then that might prompt you to make a phone call and say, hey, is there anything that I can do to help facilitate this? I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you what the referral actually looks like. This is an actual referral that I received, and I've got the information for the person. I can call or I can email them. Another thing that we added is I can assign them to a team member. So if I've developed a team and I've added all of my team members into my profile, I can easily just go, I can assign this, which in this case I'm going to assign it to Tina Angel. She would then get an email. I'm not going to actually send her this email, but it's all pre-filled out for you. It says, hey, Tina, can you please follow up with Daria? This is a referral I received from ULink Network, and here's our contact information. I didn't have to type in anything. We typed it in all for you. All you have to do is hit the send button, and then the email comes directly from you. And then if I hit refresh on this, you'll see that it says, I assign this to Tina Angel. Now, we can do some other things like call, email. I can say I left a message, made an appointment, rescheduled appointment. There's several options under the drop-down menu that you can add to this referral. The other really cool function is when I hit the call or email button up here, and obviously I'm not on a phone, so it's not going to be able to call, but what it'll do is it'll track every time you hit that call and email button, and it'll timestamp it, so you know when the last time you called, you emailed, what's happened with this lead. And again, on my end, if I sent that referral, I can only see these things. I can't interact, but at least I can see what's going on with that referral.
So you can determine whether or not you gave a referral and somebody followed up on it or not. And then if they come to you again and say, you know, I really need to find somebody who sells that kind of office equipment or whatever, you can say, well, you know, I already sent you the lead, so, you know, it's up to you now.
Right. Right, yes. Once it leaves your hands, the ball's in their court.
One of our members called it the Quickbooks of Networking. So you're able to track and follow up with everything. You can imagine after a couple of years in ULink and you have dozens of connections and referrals in there, you go back and there's always a record of how you managed that information. Makes it real simple.
Another cool feature that we added this last year was we call it channel partners. And under channel partners, there's a predictive networking component that once you start receiving referrals, the software starts to predict people that you should connect with that are giving referrals to people in your industry. So if I go to here to under suggested members, this now will give me a list of people that I should follow up with or buy a beer for at the next mixer, and or schedule some U time is what we call it when we schedule some time with another member to talk about business. We call that U time. So this would be a good opportunity to see these people and schedule some U time with them because they are giving referrals to people like me in my industry.
All right.
And every member gets this. We compile this list in real time. So this list might show these members right now, but tonight that list might be different because it's all compiling this data in real time and getting you a list of members that you should connect with.
Right. So let's talk a bit about the opportunity for IT professionals. So because clearly there is not a ULink group in every city in America. So what we're looking at, we're looking at a pilot program that we want to start, and what we want to do is ideally have 10 IT pros who think that they might be able to really take advantage of this and use this for a specific purpose, and that would be to basically use it to talk to their clients about networking. Imagine that you're an IT professional and you have distributed this tool to all of your clients, and then you're at your client's office and somebody says, hey, do you know somebody who's good in either I just happen to be looking for a realtor, I'm looking for a business coach, I'm looking for a painter, I'm looking for somebody to sell me a copy machine, you know, and we get this all the time. You know, small businesses get this all the time. Hey, do you know something? And if you truly are an advisor, if you have the relationship with your client that they ask you these kinds of questions, this is an opportunity for you to connect your clients to one another. And, you know, what always happens when you connect people is that sometimes they build a relationship that's separate from you. So the person who sells the real estate and the person who sells the business machines, they actually become friends, and you're the one who connected them. And there's a certain power in that. And then as they use the tool more and more, it's a way for you to build a broader audience, because now all of the people that they bring onto the tool are people that you have access to, because you can just search and say, you know what, I want to do a campaign for people who sell office supplies, and you start and you do a search, and eventually you can go and request time with those folks, introduce yourself, introduce your business. So I think it has huge opportunity for people who are a type that you are willing to be the connector for other people's success. So what we want to do is start, and we're going to have a second one of these webinars where we're going to go into a little different, a little more detail about that specific program, but we want to gather up the names of people who think that they might be interested in finding out more about it. And it would be something where, again, the details are not 100% worked out, but we're looking at a pilot program that would go through the end of the year and try to work out some of the details of how this works. Jim and Adam are not going to move, so they're not going to go to your city and start 32 groups, but they clearly have demonstrated the ability to make this happen and to get people connected to one another. And so I just think it's a power that we can tap into.
And really what we want to do is, Carl, is we want to support you, and we're really doing this to help custom create a solution for your community.
Well, and I'd love to see it happen. So how do we do that? Are we going to send an email to Adam or Jim, or both?
Send it to me. Send it to Jim at ULink Network, and let us know that you're interested. And I'm going to say, in about, we'll respond to those and probably set up another webinar for those who want to get more information, interest, see how it works in a week or two.
Excellent.
Make sense?
Yeah. So send email to jim@ulinknetwork.com, and then I will post up this recording for folks so that we can have additional folks come and watch it, and so we might get some other people who are interested. And at this point, and we don't want to take up a whole hour of anybody's time, so we've kind of slotted half an hour for this. But if there are any questions, type them into the little chat area, and we will be happy to address them. If there are no questions, then I encourage you, if you're interested, or if you think you want to know more about it, ask the specific questions of Jim. And of course, you can always email me if you're interested. But just let us know what kinds of details you need, and we will put some of those into the next webinar. And if you think that this is something that you might find useful in your business, we would love to talk to you about the pilot program. All right. Any final words, gentlemen?
No, we really appreciate you having us on, and all of your support.
And we are huge fans of managed service. Couldn't live without it. I'm going to throw that in there.
Very good. All righty. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and stay tuned to smallbizthoughts.com. I will be posting up the next webinar in a few weeks, so you'll be able to check into that. Send an email to jim@ulinknetwork.com, and I thank you all for your time today.
Thanks, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.